Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen of the interwebs, outer webs, just internet in general. Hopefully, you guys are all doing good. Now, I'm trying to figure out a good thumbnail for this to put as kind of a something that can really tell what the video is talking about. But what I wanted to look at, and I guess I kind of wanted to look at the different types of jerseys that have come out over the years, the different manufacturers, and kind of show, what some of the major differences are, good and bad. And I kind of wanted to take a little bit of a look. And the one that I wanted, because I've got a couple of different styles here of CCMs. This CCM to me is still the best, in my opinion, the best jersey maker. The way they did the jerseys was phenomenal. Now, this, of course, was an original Phoenix Coyotes jersey. I got this the very first year they came, that the Coyotes were a thing. So 1997, I got this with the big bulky neckline. Of course, the Kachina logo there looks really good. The sleeves are incredible. And it's just, the cut is spectacular. I mean, you look at the way the jersey is, the way the cut is, it looks absolutely fantastic. And it's a neat look. Now, even the CCMs over the years, they did kind of change, because the 2XLs in the mid to late 90s, they weren't quite as roomy as the 2XLs in CCM would become just a couple of years later into the 2000s, because you had then the vintage line come out, and these are incredible. These fit so nice and so snug. These ones even have the little underarm things, and I don't know if it necessarily makes it bigger, but just the way the cut is, the way it's cut, the sleeves are monstrous. I mean, the sleeves are huge, but it's a straight line cut. It is basically a straight line box cut that is pretty darn cool. I really did like these. And again, this is, of course, CCM. Now, granted, CCM nowadays, they make the jerseys like all the others do. They don't make them like this anymore, and that's a sad thing. Now, one other one that I wanted to look at. Now, this one here, this is a made in Canada Nike from the late 90s also. This is basically, it's a CCM, but a little different type of airnet material. I mean, if you want to kind of compare the two, here, of course, is the CCM airnet material, and here is the late 90s Nike. So, they're very similar. Also, this is a 2XL. This thing's huge. This is actually, if you kind of compare, try to compare, it's, lengthwise is very, very similar. The CCM is a little longer, but this one almost feels bigger, just in the way that it looks, with the way it's cut. And this is, some people would be like, that's not a 2XL. Oh, but it is, as you can see from the tag right there. It says 2XL. These, I didn't mind these Nike ones. I didn't mind these at all. The logo, of course, is very CCM like, and it looks good. It looks good. It felt good. And this is why I've never really been a big fan of let's change the material of the jersey and let's change the template, which completely changes the cut of the jersey. Horrible. Never, never, ever been a big fan of that. Now, we shall go to, I should maybe grab a different one of these ones that'll actually show one of the biggest reasons why I was not a fan of Reebok. Now, one of the big reasons why I did not like Reebok, I was not the biggest fan of the Reebok jerseys, because when they changed around from CCM, when they went away from the CCM template here, they went away from the straight line cut. They went away from everything. They had the fully embroidered shoulder patches, which looked fantastic. Just like even like this one here, the old Phoenix Coyote one here that I have, the shoulder patches, they were all fully embroidered. They looked incredible. I mean, even back in the late 90s when this was done, I mean, the quality of this was great. This was incredible. I loved how they did this. But then what they did when they made the changeover to Reebok, they not only changed how the jersey was cut, they changed the template, they changed everything. They changed the way the jersey was cut, and you saw so many different redesigns that were just god awful. Because the CCM version of this one was not bad. The Reebok one was god awful. Number one, this is a 4X. I had to get these. A 2XL CCM fit me beautifully. Beautifully. But when they changed the cut of these, and I remember actual people at Reebok at the time, oh no, it doesn't change the way the jersey fits. And I'm like, I wish I would have had a good cell phone and be like, really? I could have taken pictures, because the first time I put on a Reebok jersey, now this is after taking off a CCM 2XL, which fit me beautifully. I put on the Reebok one. It literally went to here. I could not get it past here. That's how tight a 2XL became. It literally cut off 2 sizes when they redid the template. When they redid the template and redid the designs, it was awful. Absolutely awful. And one of the other big things that I hated, and this, of course, they ended up having to do this after the first year of Reebok, is they had to make these in 3XL and 4XL. Why? Because people who wore 2XL couldn't fit in them. Hell, even the 3XL was tight. A 3XL felt like a CCM XL. It was awful. Literally, the sizes were 2 sizes different in Reebok. For a guy like me, who's kind of a bigger guy, I wear a size 60 in Adidas and Fanatics. So, it was awful. But one of the other biggest things that I did not like, I hated this. This is how I knew this was not going to be good with Reebok. Because everybody started doing this. Look at that. It is this god-awful, screen-printed, 1-layer vinyl. Now, what do you think, talking people here, what do you think looks better? What would you rather have? I mean, You like the one layer vinyl or the actual fully embroidered pack? I mean, you can kind of see the difference there. This is the same team, by the way. It just, I hated that. Absolutely hated it. The other thing that I did not like was let's take away the hem stripes and turn them into pajama shirts. Because they said, well, we're gonna have them tuck them into the shirt, or we're gonna have them tuck them into the pants, so nobody's gonna see the hem stripes anyway. So we'll just remove them because we had to make them. We had to make the players 9% faster. It didn't make them any faster. It made everything look just awful, and it was an atrocity. It was an absolute atrocity. And this too, only in Reebok did you have this. The football jerseys had this. The Reebok Premier had these. Do you see this in any other jersey design? Do you see this big hole in the side in any other jersey? Do you see that in CCM? Do you see that in Adidas? Do you see that in Nike? Do you see anywhere else? Again, we go back to late 90s Arizona. Do you see? Is there a big hole in the side? Is there a big hole in the side? No. It's all one piece. But no. Reebok, we have to basically just destroy it, the whole thing. We have to destroy the way the size fits. So a bigger guy like me has to get 4XL jerseys in order for them to fit. Now, of course, that I've lost a bunch of weight, these things are humongous. But we take away the hemline stripes. Why? Because now all these look like a pair of pajamas. The CCM version of this had the exact same striping that you have here on the hem. Then, of course, let's go and make these giant holes in the side, because that makes a lot of sense. And the biggest atrocity to me is just this single layer screen printed vinyl. Horrible. What in the hell was? I don't know what the people at Reebok were thinking of when they did that. It was an absolute fiasco. In my opinion, an absolute and total fiasco. So then we go, and we're sticking with the Arizona theme here, it seems, because it's just kind of what I grabbed. We go to Adidas. Now, Adidas, these are all right. They're not bad. These aren't bad. This is, of course, the Coyotes redesign that they did. The logo, of course, they have. This is more of the jersey material here and the logo. Of course, you got that nice suede material here, which was really cool. But this is more of a jersey material because this is a Climalite. Climalite and Aero Ready were basically the same thing. The shoulder logos were, they're better than Reebok, but there's still this, they're not embroidered. They're just this really malleable, squishy type material. And again, they changed the way the cut was. And I don't know if it was really better. It's better than a 4XL Reebok, but this is a size 60, and it's, the size inconsistencies definitely started in Adidas, which they have not really improved a lot. But at least here, they still don't have a hemline stripe. Well, at least they got something. You got something here. And again, this is more of that jersey type material, and it's Airnet, and it's It's not like the normal like AirKnit polyester, but this material here is the same as this material. So that's what we dealt with the Climalite and the AeroReady. Well, then what they did was they went away from the Climalite and the AeroReady, and they went to what became the Prime Green. The Prime Green Adidas, which honestly I think was the best. Of Adidas, Prime Green was the best because, I mean, obviously the size difference they're still cut the same and all that, but the logos, they made the logos with a little more detail in them, a little more 3D detail, but they made the logos on the shoulder all embroidered, all very nice. All very nice. They decided to do this, I think, the last 2 years of Adidas, which had me thinking, why didn't you do this from the start of Adidas? I don't know. I don't know why they didn't, but they did okay with this. Obviously Adidas brought back the hemline stripes because, we don't want jerseys that look like giant pajama shirts. And one cool thing about this one is the design in the sleeve. That's a nice touch. Of course, it's the same design as on the bottom here. It's a very, very nice touch that Adidas did. And again, you had the sizing issues where, I got relatively lucky. The 56s seem to have the most sizing differences. 60s do have some issues also. This fits good in a size 60. But there is a couple of size 60s that I have that are a little tight, that feel a little tight. But Adidas the last couple of years, they did good. They did good introducing the Prime Green with all the raised stitching and everything. As you can kind of see, it's raised here, and where you can see where the raised stitching is, and it looks fantastic. Well, then we get the switch to Fanatics. And Fanatics made some changes here. The NHL logo here, the NHL shield, is a little more rubbery, and depending on how the light catches it, I don't know if I can get it necessarily on camera, but you can see it's kind of got a reflective, kind of like a rainbow reflective tint to it, which is a cool little touch. Now this basically is the Adidas design. Adidas, of course, you have on the shoulders. You can see on the shoulders here, you got the dimples on the shoulders, where on the Fanatics you do not. Now, to me, that's not that big of a deal. Some people don't like the fact that the dimples went away. I personally, I don't care. The dimples to me really didn't make that much of a difference, in my opinion. But, and of course, this is a Fanatics also. This is a Fanatics Premium. I do not have an Authentic Pro. I would not mind getting an Authentic Pro, especially to compare the two. But they still, these are decent. They're still the Adidas type design. And again, Fanatics has had some issues with sizing, where you can have the same. It'll say the same size jersey. As you can see here, this is a size 60. It can be the same size jersey, but fit completely different. Which is why I'm one to say, go back to the CCM original cut. Go away from this like, I don't even know what they call this template, but it's tighter up here, and it flares out. You might be able to kind of see it flares out at the bottom. Now, I don't mind that. I like the fact, if a jersey is loose, which it's supposed to be loose, jerseys are supposed to be a looser fit because they're supposed to be bigger. They are not supposed to be skin tight. They went away from that, when Reebok changed the template, they completely changed the way the cut of the jersey was. And I've never been a fan of that. I've never been a fan of that. Go to the original style CCM cut. Because the CCM cut, to me, just looks so much better. I mean, we go and compare. When we hold these up, you can kind of see, you can see the difference. It doesn't go, it doesn't really go straight up like that. I mean, it kind of does, but it brings up the bottom the way the cut is. The CCM one here, the CCM original, which, by the way, I forgot to add, CCM back in these days, they made their stuff in Canada. Where did they make them at? The same factory that all the Fanatics ones are being made at. They were all made in the same factory. Why? I go back to making that in the same way. But look at the way the cut is on this. The sleeve goes straight up, and it's a straight line cut. Where this one is not a straight line cut. I mean, look at the difference. I mean, it's crazy. The CCM one, you can go straight up like that. The Fanatics, you can't really go as high up because of the way the jersey's cut. I think you need to go away from the cut. You gotta change the way the jersey's cut. And again, I mean, I like the way that they did the Fanatics. I mean, I do like the way they do that they have done these. I do think they need to go back to the original CCM style cut. But what worries me is that Fanatics in the next year or two is going to change the template again. We're going to go to new materials and do all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. Have you not learned from Major League Baseball? Look what happened with the baseball jerseys last year. Now, I understand that Nike mainly takes the fall on that, but Fanatics produce them. They were awful. The way the numbers were, the way the names on the jerseys looked, the way everything was skin tight. The colors were off. Everything that Major League Baseball did was a complete and utter disaster. Note to Fanatics, don't do that. Do not do what Major League Baseball did. Do not fix something that isn't broke. Now, one thing you do need to fix your sizing issues. Why is it so hard to make a jersey size the same? Why is it that you cannot make a size 60 and make them the same measurements? Why is that? Why can you not make a jersey that fits, that fits comfortable? Not saying that this size 60 fits nice. This size 60 fits nice. But again, I have at least one other Fanatics one back here that does not fit as nice. It's the same size. It just I don't get that. Fix your sizing issue. But to me, fix the way you cut the jersey. Don't make the jersey so tight on the top and then flare out at the bottom. You don't want them to look like a dress. Cut like a dress where, it flares out at the bottom. Do it like the CCM. There's no reason why you can't do it like this. There's no reason for it. It's a straight line cut. It is gorgeous. It is big. It is comfortable. This is a 2XL. A 2XL CCM. There is no reason why you cannot do that. So, that's mainly me on my soapbox there a little bit. Fix your sizing issue before you decide we're going to change everything around with new material, new templates and everything. Yet, no, don't do that. Change your size, fix your sizing first. Us as hockey fans and collectors, we don't want you to change every new manufacturer. We need to change. We need to change stuff. Why? You do not need to change. It boggles my mind when they do this. When they decide to change every couple years when a new manufacturer comes in, oh, we got to change the way the jerseys look. Yeah, how's that work? How did that really work for Reebok? Where they go from fully embroidered shoulder patches to screen printed, one layer vinyl that looked god awful and absolutely low quality. They did the same thing for the numbers. If you got a Reebok jersey with the numbers on them, it was the same way. You run them through the wash a couple times, they crinkle and crack, and it looks awful. At least with the numbers, at least from what it seems from Fanatics, at least so far, numbers wise, they've gone away from that one layer stuff, because this is 2-layer. This is two layer tackle twill. So that's at least a good thing. And it's all sewn in, which is another good thing. So, it's all sewn, and so it looks okay. But in the name of all that's holy, don't just fix your sizing issues first. Make all the jerseys fit the same. Make all the 50s fit the same. The 52, 54, 56, 60s. Make them all fit the same way. Fix that before you decide we're going to change material and template and what, because that really worked well for Reebok, didn't it? So there's my little rant, I guess, for the last few minutes here. But yeah, so there's the different manufacturers, how the jerseys look through the years, and yeah. So, let me know which ones was your favorites. Did you like CCMs? Did you like Reeboks? Did you like the Nikes? Do you like Adidas? Do you like the Fanatics? Which brand do you think is best? And which one do you think that should be the long-term makers of the hockey jerseys? Let me know in the comments below, as I'm more than 28 minutes into this. But again, my big thing for Fanatics: fix your sizing issues first. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
If you want Girl Scouts cookies, go to a link below.
And yes, the kid is selling Girl Scout cookies. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you want to be notified anytime videos are uploaded, you can tap that little bell to be notified. Also, share this video with everyone that you know. Tell everybody that you know about the channel. I would love to have every hockey fan in the world. I would love to have you join me here on the channel. And yeah, so let me know which manufacturer you like best. And let me know about the little let me know how you feel about the little rant over the last 5 minutes. So again, hit like and subscribe, share the video with everybody that you know, and I will see you guys later.